I'll just start recording now, and we'll just go into it
All
whenever.
right, Ben, admit it. You want to fuck Wonder Woman?
What, Gal Gadot?
Yeah, no. You just the character Wonder Woman. You want to fuck that
I
Amazon
want to.
woman?
She's so characterful. I just want to fuck. I just want to fuck the comic book page.
Yeah,
I want to pay
literally,
tribute.
you just want to. It's not actually. Yeah, you wouldn't if she was a real person. You wouldn't want to fuck her. You wouldn't care. It's precisely you want to like cut a hole in a fucking comic book
Magazine or comic book.
Strap a flashlight to that thing. Just
That'd certainly be interesting. That'd be like that's got to be how fantasy. That's how it'd be how like Dharma started. You know when Ted Bundy went away. He's just like, oh dude, it was the porno that did it to me. It's like I imagine he probably did that.
Which one was the clown killer? That sounds like something.
Oh, that was John Wayne Gacy, I think.
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
yeah, go on.
Meanwhile, Australia's just like, yeah, we got Ivan Milat. What's his claim to fame? Well, he cut people up with axes and he had a fucking sick mustache.
Yeah, it's like Ed Gein. Yeah, he's like Ivan Milat is like slightly more attractive Ed Gein. Yeah, we're pretty weak on the serial kill front. I'll give you that.
I don't. Maybe that's something.
We need a good one.
That's something. That's weird. Like we can kind of brag about. It's like at least our serial killers aren't fucking awful.
Yeah, at least you can understand our serial killers' motives. We should probably actually start talking what this is.
What do you fucking think? This is the start. This is.
Wow, what a stream of consciousness. The second the record button hits. All right. So this is the Happy and Positive podcast because you know what, Jack?
Yeah, no, I can go with
happy
that.
And pretty positive.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
we just came up with that name 5 seconds ago.
Yeah,
that's going to be the name. Yeah. If this takes off, that's what will be on merch.
Yeah, welcome to the Happy and Positive podcast pilot episode. There you go.
Pilot episode. Yeah, and if we make a few more of these, I promise we'll get better mics.
Yeah, probably.
Because I imagine I sound like dog shit.
Yeah,
right now.
I fucking sound like someone's locked me in a Zyklon B chamber. Like
Zyklon B. Yeah, do you use a gas chamber, Jack? Say that. Oh, I look like someone's locked me in a garage with a car that's on for 4 hours.
I look like someone's locked me in a garage, tied me to the radiator heater, and just given me a bowl full of dog food.
Oh, I look like one of those Egyptian cats, the skinless ones. This is supposed to be a history podcast.
Imagine if there was a fucking skinless cat.
You're a skinless cat.
Like fucking this cat, like every day of its life, it's just suffering.
A skinless cat and a lizard, pretty much the same thing, right? Like it's the same thing. It's got 4 legs, a tail, no fucking hair.
I'm thinking of that fucking nightmare frog, the one that like splits its fucking toes.
It's the crazy frog.
Claws out. Like it cracks its own bones to stick claws out of its fucking fingers.
This is a fever dream you had, man. This isn't real.
It's real. Dream. Fucking look this thing up.
Okay, another time. We got to move on now.
It makes it even worse, though.
People don't know what this is, Jack. They don't know what it is. God damn it. Frankly, don't know what it is.
Let's be honest, Ben. Neither do we.
I know, that's so true. It's like this is supposed to be a history podcast, but I don't even know anymore. It's so going to tangent. It's going to be on tangents all the time.
I was supposed to do some reading about like again historic cavalry units.
Yeah, I know.
I've just got like a couple of fucking Osprey books open next to me.
I didn't have the time to fully research the topic. So you know what? This truly is the fucking pilot episode because we're in the future. I want to do like read books on this. Like we're just going into it with our base knowledge. This is not going to be Dan Carlin's hardcore history. I think that's really important to stress. Actually, I have an analogy about what I want this to be. Okay.
All right.
So, you know the kind of people that play Flight Simulator, right?
I fucking saw you playing that Flight
Simulator. Yeah, that's where this analogy came from.
I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I looked
It's
it up.
awesome.
It's like, it's a fucking World War II flight simulator. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
Ben.
it's awesome, man. It's so fun. Anyway, so
Snap and
what I
Dutch.
wanted to be is, so there's like these certain people, I watched this video once, and there's certain people in Flight Simulator, and like before they take off, they'll like do their pre-flight checks.
Oh yeah, I've seen people doing that, and they're like, RP is the fucking control tower.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't. Yeah,
I was like, how spoken.
why are you doing the pre? It's no, there's no pre-flight checks that's gonna be done. You're gonna find your oil pressure's low. The game's not gonna start you like that. Like it literally will never do that. It's not a possibility.
Yeah, no, but let's be honest. Cool if it did.
Oh yeah, it'd be fucking, dude. If
It'd be
IL2 did
fucking
that, it'd be
sick.
sick. Yeah, but okay. But my analogy is, this podcast is not going to be. We're not doing pre-flight checks. We're going to say shit that's fucking wrong, and it's going to be. And sometimes it's going to be very wrong. But I just
Yeah, like the
fucking.
fucking. This can be like the happy and positive podcast, and then the
Yeah, we do.
subtitle-
Yeah, exactly. You know what?
The subtext will be
message.
like citation needed.
It's going to be wrong, but you know what? Still happy and positive, man.
It's gonna be fucking fun.
Exactly.
Hang on.
That's
to
what we're
your
going to do.
pants.
We're going to have some fun. That's our catchphrase. It's like, we're going to have some fun today. We should
As
start
in
like
the-
a Minecraft video.
in the immortal words of Ned Kelly, such is life.
Such is life. That is not from Ned Kelly. He took that from someone else. That's a Roman quote.
No, that's fucking Ned Kelly.
Yeah, he probably took it from someone else.
Oh, almost certainly. He's quoting someone else, but that's his last words. Or Breaker Morant, who's completely irrelevant, but shoot straight, boys. Don't make a mess of it.
All right, now we need to move. So into the topic. So
well, that was my segue, because he was a light horseman during the Second World War.
Perfect. Now take it away.
We're on cavalry. So,
Okay.
What do you know about cavalry, man?
Well, okay, we're gonna be. Well, let's just talk about. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna talk about the use of cavalry in history, from Macedon all the way to World War II. And we're going to pretty much bullshit the entire thing.
Yeah, like I'm just going to put it out. I'm just going to put it out there now. Like, most of my understanding of Macedonian cavalry comes from a mod of Total War. No, what is a freaking Men at Arms Warband? I don't even know.
What, with fire and sword, or
no. It was a mod of Warband. Fucking yeah.
Well, dude, those people tend to be the people that mod that game tend to be.
Oh no,
pretty pedantic.
No, it is autistically accurate. Like, it's
it would
based on
be
actual fucking findings.
But okay, so let's start Macedonian cavalry.
So
Alexander the Great's big fucking deal.
Well, he has the companions, right? The fucking Zistophori.
Yeah.
So they're using the Ziston, which is that's a super large lance, double pointed on both ends.
Very thin.
Very thin. Yeah, it used to wobble.
Yeah. And
I think it's like, is it 10 feet long or 11 feet long? I think it's 11 feet long.
Yeah. Pretty long fucking pole.
Yeah, well, the word Ziston is means barge pole in Greek.
Yeah.
So yeah, the early true lances, I guess you could call them.
Yeah, and they were sort of the first. Didn't they ride sort of like bear saddle or something?
They had saddles, but the stirrup hadn't been invented yet at that time.
Oh yeah.
So the stirrup is the big thing that really sort of presages true cavalry coming into use.
I guess you can direct it.
Yeah, because everyone before that point is sort of like light skirmisher cavalry.
Do you know if the Macedonians, if they charged in a wedge?
They charged in a diamond.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you know why that's good? Well, you obviously do.
No,
because you can. Well. Essentially, what it means is
I probably know, but I can't remember at the time.
Well, you can follow the leader.
Hmm.
If you're in a diamond pattern, it's much easier to do maneuvers because you can always see who's leading from every angle. So
I think it also has to do with penetrative quality. So
yeah, you'd think it would, but it's really just about maneuverability. I think, from my understanding.
Yeah, maybe. Like
there's going to be a lot of fucking maybes.
Who else used famously?
There's other segments aside
That's
from
one of the
history.
that's one of the things about the winged hussars is that they use exceptionally long lances.
Well, we're jumping ahead like 2,000 years now.
Yeah,
Whoa.
well, the segue is there was like this sort of the there's a lot of referencing towards sort of Macedon and things like that with the Polish because they were going through an artistic movement called Sarmatism, where they were trying to make themselves more Sarmatian. Their entire culture is a fucking oxymoron. They're Catholic Slavs, like that's a thing you can be. That's not how. That's not. That's
They're
not
like, yeah, like Great Schism. What? What? Okay, what about the Romans? Okay, what do we know about the Romans using cavalry?
The Romans didn't really use it. They ripped their cavalry straight off the Celts during the war against Carthage. I'm pretty sure the Punic Wars, because obviously
Vercingetorix straight off his horse. Take.
More or less. But yeah, obviously a lot, as I'm guessing a lot of people know, the Carthaginians used Celtic mercenaries, and one of the
a lot of people would know that. Yes, you constantly see Jimmy Kimmel going up to people talking about Carthaginian cavalry.
Mate, I've got a
and
book
making
upstairs.
fun of them when they don't know that they were.
I've got a book upstairs about the Byzantine Empire that was written by an Australian talk show host. So like,
and you show all the little ladies that every time they come over.
Yeah, mate.
Exactly.
You don't know me, Ben. Don't judge me.
You got a pipe in one hand. You got the book in the other hand.
Oh, so
what is like? Okay, this is a tangent.
Yeah.
What is like a book you would want to have on your bookshelf? Like to look impressive.
Oh.
War and Peace, probably. Like anything by Tolstoy.
I've got War and Peace.
You fucking would. You would, you piece of shit. And it's probably like leather bound. It's like it's definitely like penguin.
It's a soft cover because I actually fucking read these things.
You know what would be funny, right?
If I was going to
have one of those super over-marketed books, like you know, the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
What was the one from when we were kids? Aragon?
Aragon, yeah.
The Christopher Paolini book, but like when you actually look back on it, it's fucking trash.
Did you see Friendly Geordie's he did like a skit on that?
Did he?
She goes to jail, yeah, and she's like, I'm going to read the Aragon series. She's like, finally got the time.
Yeah, the aunt, fucking Adge or whatever her name was. Yeah.
Auntie Sherry or something.
Auntie Cheryl.
Yeah. Cheryl. She's like, I finally got time to read Aragon. Dude, I remember you could buy that at Woolies.
Yeah.
At one point.
You still can. I've got all of them. And I'm like, I think I've got all of them, but I only ever read the first two books.
That's such the sort of book you'd buy. You ask your mum to buy for you at a book fair, and then you just
No, my parents owned a bookshop, mate. So and then later my mum went and worked in another bookshop, and so I just had all these books, and I was like, "This is trash." Like even fucking 11-year-old Jack knew this was trash.
It belongs at a fucking book burning. You finally just I get it.
No joke. Do you know his parents, Christopher Paolini's parents?
Yeah.
Literally founded a publishing company because no one would publish his book.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see a Photoshop of a Nazi book burning, but all the books, if you zoom in, it's just Aragon.
It's Aragon. It's the inheritance cycle.
You just zoom in, and it's very subtly done. I'd love to see that.
Nah.
So where are we at in the cavalry conversation?
We still haven't established what book I'd want on my shelf, you fucking prick.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just forgot. Your opinion irrelevant.
Fuck you, man.
Oh, I'm not allowed to make jokes like that anymore. That's Delia's bit.
What? Really?
Chris D'Elia, yeah. That's how he talks, and
he's Chris D'Elia. I don't even fucking know.
Oh well, let's move on then. That was a topic for later, but since you don't know it.
A book that I'd want on my shelf. Just the entire collection of Leonardo, the original Leonardo da Vinci codexes.
Oh yeah, that'd actually, but no girls would find that cool though.
No, but I'd want it on my
No one
shelf.
would. That is super interesting, though.
No one would. You any bloke who sees that would be like, okay, that's fucking cool.
I'd flip through it.
Like having the originals, they would just be like, what?
That'd be an awesome coffee table book. Like
Yeah,
just
like
Leonardo's inventions.
Yeah, you're just sitting there drinking coffee, and it was like, oh no, like we start a business, right? And someone's
Yeah.
sitting in the waiting room, and we just have the coffee table books. And
Yeah.
someone like flips open the book, and they're like, wait, hang on, this is the fucking real thing.
Dude, I found the
It's
perfect
just
coffee
doing
table book
them.
one time.
Oh,
It was called Soviet Bus Stops.
Actually, no, I've seen that.
You've seen it. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's awesome. I want to buy it, but it was really expensive at the time. But yeah, I was like, you flick through that if you saw that at someone's house.
Those bus stops are so cool too.
Yeah, they were awesome. They were like something out fucking, I don't know, Jimmy Neutron. I don't know. Like they look epic. They're like out from Fallout.
Yeah, I was like, this is insane.
And they look like they've been through Fallout.
yeah, they're all like fucking abandoned in Chechnya or Uzbekistan.
Yeah, they're in the weirdest places, Azerbaijan and fucking Dagestan, Ukraine. None of them actually in Russia. Like the fringe one.
What's the Ukraine one? Holodomor themed?
I don't. There's just like a mural of people like with their hands stretched out for grain,
withering away,
fucking
eating their own children. Have you seen the fucking?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
It's like fucking hell, the Holodomor, man.
It's nuts. Oh fucking hell! We have gone off on the biggest tangent. If people listen to this,
we were talking about Roman.
They're gonna be so pissed. Like, which is. Well, I guess, you know what, when we have more to talk about, when we're more researched, which it will be next episode, it will be more on topic. 100%.
Yeah, guys, that's going to be our like ongoing promise. With like fucking, we promise we'll do more research.
Because we don't have too much until we get to like World War One. We don't really have much on it, right?
Actually, we do have a lot about the 100 Years' War.
Okay, go on. There we are. Skip all the way to the 100 Years' War, because let's be honest, there's not really anything in between.
Yeah, fuck it.
So with the 100 Years' War,
the invasion of Britain, it just how the fucking,
that's a big thing. The Roman invasion of Britain.
66, the fucking Norman conquest.
That's actually a big reason why Julius Caesar failed in conquering Britain, was because his cavalry got lost in the crossing. So essentially, he arrived in Britain with his dick in his hand because the Britons had cavalry and he had no counter to it.
Well, the Britons had chariots.
The chariots
were still really big in the UK.
Yeah, they were what is everywhere else.
UK. There's still a fair amount of people still using them, but not anywhere really that the Romans were going.
No, yeah, but so that's the thing. That's a big reason why, is because they could do this terror tactic of strategic withdrawals.
Fucking straight up just did drive-by shootings. It was
yeah. That's quite a sight. But yeah, I mean that's a good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, like just imagine cool. There's other things you can imagine like a fucking Celtic chariot. It's pretty fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Because the descriptions of Celts are like absurd. It's like, yeah, they're all tall. They bleach their hair white. And they're all fucking ripped. That's
I've heard that. Yeah.
Description of Celts.
And the average Roman was significantly shorter than the average Celt. From what I'd heard.
In real life, not that it wouldn't have been that noticeable. As far as because there was limits on how tall a Roman soldier had to be able to be eligible to join the army. So
that's interesting, actually.
Yeah,
because that exists all the way up to all the world wars.
Yeah, I think even Machiavelli, in Machiavelli's Art of War, he even talks about that. He talks about having set heights for his soldiers. And there's I think there might there's the famous examples wasn't Napoleon's Old Guard was
well, I think the most famous one is Frederick the Great.
Well, I wasn't going to bring up the Potsdam Fusiliers.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they really count. They're more like a freak show masquerading as a unit for that time period. For the people listening, Ben and I would not look out of place in the Potsdam fucking Fusiliers.
Probably not, but I like to keep since we're not doing video, I like to keep a good air of mystery around what we look like. You know,
Okay,
it's not video. I feel like
yeah, well, they can know we're tall. We'll fucking probably talk about tall people shit at some point about like fucking how painful airplanes are or something.
Oh my god, yeah. I am. Yeah, fuck that, man. I fucking on my flight back from Japan, I don't think I've ever been in so much pain in my entire life. My knees like buckled. I cannot fit in a standard airplane seat.
Yeah, I was flying up to Queensland and I was on one of those like country run planes, you know, the twin prop fucking little de Havilland Sprinters.
Yeah.
And I was like, the friggin' aisle in there is not even fucking high enough to like for me to walk down it. So I'd like so the first thing that happened is I stood up and I hit my head on the overhead locker.
Yeah.
And then I stepped out into the aisle.
And then I dizzy, fucking stars flying.
And then I immediately after hitting my head on the overhead locker, then hit my head on the ceiling of the airplane.
Oh come on, we're not that tall. We got like
those planes are
freakish.
fucking egregiously tiny. Like
yeah, they are. They're really small. Anyway, to move on.
So yeah,
we should have picked a fucking different topic for this heavy hitter. Like people are gonna see Roman, like they're gonna see cavalry, and they're gonna think, "Wow, this is very focused."
The problem is what we need is
a
fucking straight man, Ben. We need a fucking straight man. We need like someone who keeps us on track and reins us in.
That's true.
We're fucking hopeless.
But it's pretty impossible to find a cool guy like us. Another happy, positive dude in these times. With this rampant unemployment.
This rampant.
That's another happy. I gotta be happy and positive. Like
this happy and positive times when we're on the verge of war with China.
Dude, I could be fucking Helen Keller. No sight, no sense of smell, no sense of hearing, and I would still be happy and positive. It's pretty hard to find someone like that, man. Hence the podcast. Hence the name. Happy and positive. I just let the fucking shit roll off me.
Yeah, Roman cavalry, right? Like, I'm sick of your shit, man. You just fucking pushed me to the point where I'm like, fuck you, Ben. Let's get back on topic.
I love that. Go on.
Yeah, so Roman cavalry. Yeah, so with like people would think you generally know that the Carthaginians employed Celts as cavalry.
Not really my area.
Well, I know, like employed Celtic mercenaries. Like,
yeah, sure.
Most people know that, or at least have heard that. And obviously, a lot of people know about the famous cavalry in the service of the Carthaginians, the Numidian cavalry, which weren't all they're cracked up to be. I'm going to put that out there now.
Whoa, controversial. Are you saying it's because they're Numidian? Huh? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
It's because they're Numidian genes. That's what you're saying.
Can't these people use a fucking saddle and bridle? Like, they fucking didn't use reins. They just tied a rope around the horse's neck and then like held on.
Well, that just goes to show their skillmanship with the horse, not the inferiority of the genes.
So the Romans and the Carthaginians both hired Celtic cavalry. Mercenaries, and so the Numidian cavalry, which is amazing, right? It got curb stomped by the Celtic cavalry. Like the Celtic cavalry pretty much just rode right over the top of them, like they weren't even there. It's because the Celts were on bigger horses, and they had this sort of interesting setup with their saddles, where it was kind of like the saddle kind of had 4 prongs. Like that would fit over your thighs, and you could sort of grip the saddle easier, so you could hold on better. It was almost like
Wait, you're saying their horses were bigger?
Yes, their horses were significantly larger than the Numidian horses.
How's that?
They're just a lot of European breeds of horses at the time were just stockier, like thicker musclier horses compared
Well,
to.
you seeing a fucking Shetland pony? Big stocky.
that is a fucking stocky horse, man.
What's the biggest breed of horse?
It's probably got to be a Clydesdale or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking Clydesdale, like from Foot Rot Flats. If you're not Australian, you don't know what the fuck that is. Have you seen Foot Rot Flats?
Breed of... No, I have not. I have seen the Big Les show though.
Okay. Oh, they got a Clydesdale on that.
No, Shire horse. A Shire horse. It's a British breed. Of course, it's
Okay.
fucking British. The British have to have the biggest horse.
You have to have the biggest empire in all of history, the biggest horses, the biggest penises for the ladies.
1,100 kilograms.
Almost as much as me.
That's a ton.
Yeah,
This horse weighs
literally.
a literal ton.
that thing is it's a weapon of war in itself. The Celtic warriors, they don't even need a spear. They just need that horse. They need to teach it no fear.
Yeah, the thing is like nearly fucking 2 meters at the shoulder. It's fucking enormous. It's ludicrously big.
That is insane. It's a fucking Robert Wadlow of horses. Riding those things in a battle. It's like war elephants in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like the fucking Mumukai. Fuck. Yeah, okay. So the biggest one was called Mammoth or Samson.
I'm just fucking imagining.
219 centimeters at the shoulder, and he weighed 1,524 kilos.
I'm imagining fucking Sheamus from WWE riding one of those things. The fucking
I'm just looking at pictures of someone riding them, and it's just absurd. Like their fucking legs don't even like come past the thing's withers. It's just that horse is actually too big.
Well, there you go. If a guy's got one of them, small dick. Fucking massive small dick energy to own that horse. Alright, let's move on. So you want to talk about the 100 Years' War, Chevauché and whatnot?
Yeah.
Obviously not my fucking era of history.
Well, what do you know about the 100 Years' War? Let's start with that.
It went for more than 100 years.
Yeah, for starters.
There we go.
Do you know?
I know King John gave all his fucking land away. And then Henry came back and took it. And
Well,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fucking King John was kind of screwed out of the kingship of France by fucking it must be a real slap in the tit. It must have been a real slap in the tits to the French monarchy that the English monarchy's flag, heraldry, literally includes their symbol as well.
Oh, it does too. Yeah.
Do you know why?
Time, yeah.
Because they're the actual legitimate kings of France.
Yeah. What was their name? An Evalingian?
There was the Evangines. Evangian? Fucking
Evangian? Fucking gay name, gay language.
we're both wrong because it's the House of Plantagenet.
Oh fuck! It's either or Plantagenet.
Oh no, it is the Angevins.
Oh fuck! Yes.
So the House of Plantagenet is the Angevins.
Yeah. Okay.
So because they the rulers of Angers in France. I don't even know if that's how you say that, but Angers.
Oh god, these words, man. We're probably not even pronouncing it correct. Probably a French person couldn't even pronounce it correct, right? The pronunciation's probably changed. It's not.
No, the French person
anymore.
The French person would just scoff at you for trying to say it. They don't even tell you. And
then they're called fucking island monkeys or something because they're rude. Generally,
I just fucking stopped. I just fucking stopped trying to say anything in France because anyone who speaks French, do you know what they don't try to go correct you or explain to you how you say it.
They just speak to you in English, yeah.
They just tell you said that wrong or that sounded awful, but they won't tell you how you're supposed to say it.
Yeah, all I've ever heard is if you try to speak to a French person in anything but fluent French, in that specific regional accent, they would just speak to you in English. Just to say fuck you. You know what? That's
not even that.
To be racist towards the French. Because
Sometimes
they had a second largest empire.
sometimes they would just pretend you don't exist if you try and speak to them.
That's true.
Fucking
The
such
thing is,
pricks.
Louvre is the only thing I want to go to in that country.
You don't want to see the Arc de Triomphe?
No.
You wouldn't want to see.
Kind of. I'd like to see Napoleon's tomb, maybe.
What about Versailles?
You know, they shit just on the floor in Versailles.
What about Mont-Saint-Marco?
Montsegur.
Mont-Saint-Marco, the city that's on an island that has
Oh,
like a
yeah.
cause where that floods.
Yeah. No, that'd be pretty awesome. But
What about the?
I'm such a positive and I was about to say
fucking-
nihilist, but we're not allowed to say that.
It's like
But if I
slipped
went to
my,
that
it
island, I'd
slipped
just
my
be like, what do I
tongue.
do
But the
now?
Fort the Maginot Line. There you go.
I bet you if you went to the island Montsegur, I think that's what it's called.
Mont-Saint-Marco.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I reckon if you went there, like there would be like one gelato stand and that's it. Right?
Apparently, people park their cars on the causeway to go into Mont-Saint-Marco because it's not actually that big. They park their cars on the causeway, and then the tide comes in. And
inevitably, Poseidon gets his big fat 14-incher out and slaps them with it. Takes their car away.
Yeah, fucking Menan McClare fucking comes along and just like slaps his cocked out. It's just like they're just furiously jacking, like the gods of the sea, just furiously jacking off over that causeway.
You know, we didn't even fucking talk about the cavalry.
No, we didn't.
We didn't even talk about it.
I think this podcast will probably end up being more us shooting the shit than
Well, yeah, because we haven't researched.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure if we had, because we'd know interesting facts if we'd research, if we'd had the time. But since it's quite impromptu, next week, I've already got the books for next week.
Oh, what's next week?
I'll talk about it at the end. Because we're already so off topic. Well, let's skip to the good juicy shit. World War One.
World War One.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got to pay lip service to this being a cavalry podcast. We obviously have to talk about the Battle of Beersheba then. And
it's gonna be you talking about it, buddy. I have no clue.
My fucking family was there, so.
Oh, your family.
Yes, as is always. Like anytime, it's like Jack's family was probably there.
My fucking family was at the fucking siege of Baghdad. I don't know. Like everyone's been everywhere. When you look at how long the timeline.
They were at the Battle of Bannockburn.
My family at Rorke's Drift. I don't know. Probably. You can always say that because like basic maths.
Oh yeah, actually.
My family was at Rorke's Drift on the Zulu
Wait,
side.
wasn't it a fucking Welsh company at the Rorke's Drift? Like someone.
It was an engineer. It was a Royal Engineer Company. There was certainly Welsh. I've looked at the names of VC winners from that battle, and a lot of them were Welsh. So it might have been.
Yeah. So the likelihood that one or both of us is related to them, it's actually.
I'd probably be. Yeah, actually not. Yeah, probably. A lot of them went back to old Blighty. So. Probably, definitely one of my ancestors probably fought in the Boer Wars.
Almost certainly
at this point. Well, there's someone I'm related to. Fuck the cavalry.
So we have the we got the Battle of Beersheba. The Battle of Beersheba is weird because the Lancers were there. The Australian Lancers were there, but because we fucked up the battle order, the side of the company, the side of the what was it called? I can't remember, but the horse. When the horse formed up, the sign that was asked to move was the light horsemen who just had rifles and sword bayonets. The Lancers were on the other side of the column. So that's the reason that there's that myth. It's like, oh yeah, we charged them with bayonets. No, we charged them with bayonets because the fucking battle orders were drawn up really shit.
Well, that's World War One, isn't it? In a nutshell. Yeah. Like, I think you can just like if we ever do a World War One podcast, like that will just be it. Like the battle, the plan of battle was fucked up, and that's just the title, and then over.
Well, actually, no. On the siege of the Battle of Cambrai, fucking when they rolled out the tanks for the first time, one of the reasons why the tanks fucked up is the tanks actually did really well. But like always in World War One, the fucking commanders failed to move the cavalry up properly.
Yeah, that's like that's your big gripe. I think it's the whole reason why you wanted to do it, just because you think in World War One they didn't use cavalry, right?
Well,
But they
no,
didn't.
they objectively didn't.
Yeah, it didn't. No.
No, I agree with everyone that after
But
World War One,
they tried to do that. That was the whole point. It was like they thought that tanks were going to accompany the cavalry, but then they found out that the tanks are too fucking slow.
the tanks are too fucking slow, or you have the problem of the commanders are infantry commanders and don't know how to use cavalry properly. Like I agree with everyone. Cavalry is redundant. By like World War II, cavalry is definitely redundant. But World War One, cavalry is not redundant. People just failed to use it properly.
Well, the thing is, cavalry it just had a different place in World War II. It was more scouting oriented.
Yeah. Well, that's it's not that it had a different place.
It was non-combatant.
The idea of line cavalry had long since disappeared.
Yeah, and there's always that myth in World War II that the Poles used cavalry, but they didn't. I think that's just
they did. The Poles used the cavalry to chase off the infantry, and that worked. And then the tanks showed up, and the Poles retreated from the tanks.
The Poles had some pretty cool tanks.
They did.
They had some pretty cool light tankettes.
I think there was a mechanized Polish infantry at Tobruk as well.
Oh yeah, there would have been. Oh yeah, like there's a whole Volchek thing. You know, the bear.
The bear, yeah.
I think he was attached to one of those companies.
The artillery company, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was like a
fucking Volchek's sick.
Volchek is awesome. Volchek is fucking cool. I guess we can talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, the fucking bear.
Yeah, so people aren't going to know what Volchek is. So
yeah,
I can describe what Volchek is.
Yeah, go for it.
Volchek is this. I believe he's a brown bear.
He's a Syrian black bear. He's a Syrian black bear.
A Syrian black bear from Iran, or that area, and he was picked up by some Poles, and
the Polish artillery company.
Yeah, and then he went to serve with them, and he was very infamous for drinking beer
and eating cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Yeah, he didn't smoke cigarettes. He ate cigarettes, and then and there's like this very infamous scene of like him apparently at like one of the battles in Italy, like actually like
he carries the thing to the
Monte Cassino or something.
The badge. I'm pretty sure the badge of the Polish artillery to this day is a bear carrying a shell.
Yeah, after Monte Cassino, that company changed their insignia to include Volchek carrying an artillery shell. And then it would later become,
there was like an aspersion that might have been a myth, but we have other people who were at that battle, like on the Allies side, going, no, legitimately, we actually saw that. It isn't just the Poles claiming that that's what happened.
I mean, you can't domesticate a bear, right? But like
he was raised with them, and he like the idea is that he thought he was a man, so he just mimicked what the men were doing.
That's remarkable. That the species such as bears can do that.
Well, they can climb trees, so they must have some fairly.
They can monkeys, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They must have some fair amount of ability to manipulate things with their paws.
Well, do they have opposable thumbs?
Probably I don't think so. I don't think bears do.
You know what? Anyway, he died in Edinburgh, in Scotland.
Yeah, in the zoo, didn't he?
Yeah, so that's where he survived the war. And then he went on to live there, and all the Poles would come and visit him.
Unlike the Aussie cavalry, which had to leave their horses behind.
That sucks.
It did suck. They actually wrote a shitload of poems about it.
You know, I just realized it's a super cool thing now. Like, since it's a cavalry theme post, we can probably talk about tanks too.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, actually, there is a segue into tanks. The Australian Tank Regiment is the New South Wales Lancers, which is both the oldest regiment in Australia and one of our sole existing cavalry units.
Yeah,
they were just converted really straight into a tank unit.
Yeah. Also, like we got the we can talk about the Australians in North Africa, and how they pretty much were given the shit tanks.
Yeah,
and actually captured ones.
And actually did all right though.
Yeah, like the Carrier Amato or whatever it's called.
And if we're going to talk about Australians and tanks, we obviously have to mention that our tank has the biggest dick.
Mm-hmm. It does. It's okay. So Australia in World War II, they cast our own domestically produced tank, and
The
the
AC-1
tank,
Sentinel.
and they decided that the turret, like,
Not the
what
turret.
would be such a strong,
It's the machine gun housing
the machine gun housing.
on the pencil.
It's a fucking dick. It's and it's like objectively amazing tank, but it's got a fucking dick turret on the front. So if you look up the Sentinel right now, you'll be greeted by a nice flaccid penis. Well, you see, you're going to Google images, and if someone walks into your room, you're going to have to cover your laptop.
Mate, if those things saw action, I don't think they're flaccid at all, mate.
Nah, man.
It's spitting shit everywhere.
Imagine being that scared of a flaccid penis. Being terrified of the Japanese to be running. Like, it's that big when it's flaccid. That's what they'd be saying. They'd run.
I think they have a penis god, right, called Mara. That they parade around in a golden chariot. Is this giant golden penis with an eye on their fucking nose?
What, is that a Japanese thing?
Yes. They're a fucking festival, and they have like penis-shaped icy poles and stuff.
That's probably why they're so open sexually.
I'm just thinking like the terror as they look at this thing and their angry god has come in the form of an Australian tank.
You know what's a weird thing about Japan, right? It's like they've got censored porn, right? Yes. And
it's like the most
but you go to Japan,
shit everywhere.
You can buy fucking fleshlights in a 7-Eleven and shit. Like they're everywhere. Like what is this country? But you know why? I have this theory as to why this is the case.
It's never nuke a country twice.
So imagine this, right? You have a law that's just been around forever, and it's just a thing, right? It just says making porn's illegal, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be the politician that's like, I want to see a vagina. I want to see a dick under a vagina. Are you gonna be that politician? Really? So I think that's the case. It's just everyone just being like, I'm not going to be the guy to do it.
Let's be honest, Ben. You'd fucking do it.
I probably would. But I'd be shaming to my entire family.
You'd to be like, I want to see vagina.
I want to see up close. Because that's the only reason why. Like, it doesn't, like, take away. Like, you're obviously watching someone get fucked. But, like, the only thing that they're taking away is, like, you don't see the pussy lips spread apart and go straight in. That's the only thing that have changed. And do you want to be the politician that says I want that, and my country wants that?
I'm convinced like that everyone in that country has also never heard someone like have sex, because like the sounds that like Japanese porn stars make is just so abnormal.
Yeah, it's freakish. It's mind harrowing.
Have you ever been pig shooting?
No.
Like pig hunting?
I'm probably going to go in a month though.
They sound like what happens when a dog grabs a pig. Like that's the noise that the pig makes.
Isn't there a law that you're not allowed to set more than one dog or a pig or something in Australia? Or is it like not more than one dog on a rabbit? I don't know if it extends to different animals.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you're only allowed to set one dog on it. Otherwise it's viewed as like cruel. It's not a fair fight. I did think I was
I don't think it would be for pigs because they are a pest.
Do you know how hard it is to get like a black powder sort of rifle or something? Like, I mean, obviously you have to get a gun license and all that.
I don't think you actually do need to get a gun license.
I think you do. It's just a different license. It's a historical firearms or something license.
Black powder.
I really would love to get something like a Whitworth or something.
I know there's a date. There's a date that if it is from before a certain point, you can have.
It's probably if it's got rifling.
1901 in Australia, you can have.
Oh, but but reproduction, guns. It probably doesn't count reproduction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Antique cap and ball revolvers require licensing in all states except Queensland and Victoria.
Yeah, so cap and ball. So.
Firearms manufactured after are not considered antiques, even if they are replicas. So yes, and modern black powder guns, you have to have a license for that.
Yeah, you would. It'd probably just be target tuning or something. But I'd love to get something like that. I think that'd be really cool to just have like a sort of flintlock or percussion
Weird.
cap.
That's weird. A Martini Enfield rifle manufactured in 1896 does not count as an antique because it uses .303 British. So it could because the caliber is commercially available because of the sheer volume of surplus 303 Lee Enfields in Australia. For the listeners, Australia manufactured their own Lee Enfields under license at the Lithgow Arms Manufacturing Plant, which is just over the mountains from us.
Which you can go and visit, yeah. I actually want to go visit that with Natalie soon.
So
we can go on a double date to the Lithgow Arms Factory.
Whoa!
Our girlfriends would love that, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
we're dragged along to that.
We'll hunt them down to the Lithgow Arms Factory.
Play the most dangerous game, like fucking let them loose.
Don't worry, just give us that Ozstire and they'll just go fine.
All right.
Wow. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Grace. Do you have life insurance?
Is it payable to boyfriends? That would be the most suspicious thing in the entire world. Getting life insurance paid to someone who wasn't even a spouse.
Yeah, from the fucking Lithgow Arms, and they died mysteriously at the Lithgow Arms Factory.
They died instantly. All right, I think we can. You know what? If we were even on topic, I think we can end the cavalry topic. Yeah. Honestly, okay. Let's talk. What do we think about this topic? Honestly, pretty weak topic.
Yeah. I think they need to be more focused.
Yeah. So, so next week, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about the Hellraisers, the actors from the 1960s who would go on drunk rampages throughout towns and cities and their crazy stories.
Holy shit!
I've got a book on it.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I've got a book on it on Peter O'Toole called "Loitering with Intent." I got it at like a sort of thrift store, and I got it for $2, and I was like, oh yeah, Peter O'Toole, he was crazy drunk, and a bunch of other ones like him, Richard Harris, all this. They had these crazy meanderings out in town, just drunk, and they just did insane shit.
When is this?
This is in the 1960s, really, and they would just go. There's this crazy story. I don't want to spoil anything because we're going to talk about it next week.
Yeah.
But there's crazy stories of them doing insane, unbelievable things, them acting on stage, absolutely blasted. And yeah, so I really want to talk about that. I think it would be hilarious. And a more focused topic, obviously.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is supposed to be the pilot. I don't even know what my mic sounds like. It sounds like shit.
Probably sounds like you were fucking trapped in an oven.
Help, I'm trapped in an oven. Sounds like a skit. All right, do you want to talk about anything else?
Yeah, who locked you in the fucking air conditioning duct, Ben?
Oh my god, really? Fucking A. Okay, you know, I'll buy a new microphone, okay?
No, we both do, to be honest.
It's on fucking... No, you sound great.
Do I?
Yeah, yeah. No problem. I'm using AirPods. So.
I'm using like some fucking shitty Dick Smith fucking... Oh, Dick Smith doesn't exist anymore. JB Hi-Fi.
Dick Smith did a good job on you. He dicked you down good and well.
Fucking Dick Smith used to like... His wife used to say...
He's a fuck kid.
His wife... Dick Smith's wife used to say to him that he wasn't allowed to drive anywhere, so he just jumped in his personal helicopter and flew. Dick Smith was an absolute madman.
That's very Wolf of Wall Street. So.
Yeah, it was. What is he? Fucking, he's like an Australian inventor or adventurer or something.
Adventurer. No, Dick Smith is he's like a sort of colonial era.
No.
Like that's
he was born in 1944.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's known for he's the first person to fly around the entire world in a helicopter.
Oh, interesting.
Harry
Houdini's the first person to fly in Australia.
Is he?
You know? Yeah. Well, he came. He's like he was just looking for world records, and he's like, oh, no one's flying a plane in Australia, so he shipped a plane all the way to Australia and flew it.
It's wild. He also
Harry Houdini Weird.
Dick Smith also founded Australian Geographic.
Huh. Good guy.
There you go.
Man of science.
Adventuring around the world from 1964 to 2013. What? He's fucking still going? What a madman.
What? Is he? What? No way. He's fucking alive.
Yeah, he's 76.
Fuck off.
And he just solo navigated of Papua New Guinea in 2013.
What?
This guy's insane.
Oh my! Wow, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's insane. Across Australia by balloon, 1993.
Oh my god! So we got like a Dick Smith store, 1.5 on Google reviews. Temporarily closed. Oh, I think not.
Permanently closed.
A permanent closed, I think.
Didn't
All right, let's talk about Dwarf Fortress.
Dwarf Fortress.
Okay, so I have this sort of this deep moral quandary I want to talk about with Dwarf Fortress. Okay, so
what's the moral
and it doesn't have anything to do with the game,
right?
Really. Well, I think the only background information you need to know about the game is Dwarf Fortress is this procedurally generated colony experience. I hesitate to even call it a game. It's so in depth. It's got so much story. So it's like this.
Planning on going into fucking marketing, Ben?
Yeah, I can market Dwarf Fortress for them and do it for free. I have a degree in it.
Oh, fucking wanker.
It's a procedurally generated.
Have they handed
experience.
you the bit of paper yet?
No.
They're actually going to do you for plagiarism.
Okay, yeah, thank you for interrupting me, you faggot. You know what you are? There's no fucking word for what you are, Jack. You're fucking, and they use it on primary school playgrounds. It's called fucking gaybo. That's what you are. You're gaybo. I know you probably haven't heard that in 10 years, but you're a fucking gaybo. That's what you are.
That's like a fucking thing. That's a blast from the past right there.
Exactly. You're called fucking gaybo daily. What tangent was I even on?
Dirty dog.
You're a fucking gaybo. This coming from a guy whose initials are BJ and never got bullied once.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?
You know why I didn't get bullied? Because I brought it up and I fucking owned it. Because I thought it was funny.
Oh, sorry, because they probably thought you'd bash them.
Because, yeah, I'd be fucking, because I'm giant. They could just crush them. I was fucking very tall when I was in primary school.
Yeah, I got away with so much shit because people just didn't want to fuck with me.
It was like in my primary school, it was like the school bully got cancer. But there was no other school bully. So I like just de facto became the school bully. The closest thing, because I had a very great primary school experience.
They were just like
I wasn't going to bully anyone.
They gave you their lunch money, not because you were the school bully, but because there was no school bully.
But they want me to be one, yeah.
The closest thing to it.
They didn't just want to ignite the fire in my heart that would make me a school bully. They didn't want that. So they did some preemptive lunch money giving. Anyway, so
if you had worse parents, Ben, you'd probably be in juvenile detention. From like the age of 12.
Probably. I'm pretty off the hinges, you know. No, I'm a giant pussy.
Some kid I went to school with ended up in juvie after he fucking killed.
Actually, no, that's not happy and positive enough. Like, I'm a just great guy. All right. So we're talking about Dwarf Fortress. Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck me. We cannot stay on topic. I want to punch out a window. So, okay. So Dwarf Fortress, yada yada yada. It's this great game. It's fucking free. How unbelievable is that? It's a game that's been worked on since 2006, and it's free to this day. You can download it right now.
Yeah, and goddamn right.
You watch the one of the co-creators, Tan Adams, who I think, like, I've seen him and his brother. It seems like Tan is way more. He contributes a lot more.
Well, it's because his brother's quite sick. Oh wait, that's not happy and positive enough.
No. His brother is special. No, he was fine. They weren't the great guys. I didn't want to talk shit about either one of them. I don't have so much respect for the both of them. But Tan, a little bit more respect for Tan. Okay? Throwing that out there. So yeah, so Tan Adams is this really cool guy, created this game, and you see him in interviews and he seems so genuine, so real. Like, it's actually refreshing because you see in this age, you see all these fucking fake people, these fake comedians, these fake politicians, these fake people, and then you see this guy like Tarn Adams, just this genuine guy who just has this passion, and it's genuinely contagious when you watch it. And I have this fear because I'm so positive. I have this fear that Tarn is going to come out as like a pedophile or something, you know, right? Because everyone
he's gonna
respect
fucking
or revere comes out as a fucking pedophile.
He's gonna pull a fucking Rolf Harris on us.
Exactly. Everyone, absolutely everyone. I respect, revere, appreciate.
Can we just stop about the talk about the absurdity of Rolf Harris for a second?
Can we just stress firstly, Tarn Adams is not a pedophile.
No,
he's not. He's
definitely
not. He's not a pedophile. Like, I'm straight out saying, I'm not insinuating it at all. I just hope he's not, because he's such a great guy.
It's just going to pop up on R-aged like milk.
Exactly. There's going to be fucking articles now. Oh no, pedophile, that's how it works. You plant the gene seed, then it spreads. Giant tree from fucking Avatar, and there's unobtainium underneath. And people try to get up on unobtainium, they cut the tree down, and the tree's Tarn.
I love the fucking wild segue of fucking Dwarf Fortress, Tarn Adams, Rolf Harris, Gene
No, there's a big shit in between.
Fucking Warhammer 40k, then to fucking James Cameron's Avatar and back to Tarn Adams.
That's the way my mind works, man.
What the fuck happened there? That was like fucking. If that was a roller coaster, it would not pass the health code.
Definitely not. You'd pull some serious negative G's on that fucking thing. Anyway, Tarn Adams.
Also, fuck
definitely
James Cameron's
not a
Avatar.
pedophile.
It's just
great guy.
In space.
Give him money because he doesn't ask for money for this game. So I was like, please give him money because he doesn't ask for it.
Actually, fucking seriously.
I want to start donating, like, if I wasn't poor. I would seriously consider donating. I know you're poor. You're extremely poor, but look at this economy, man.
Yeah,
I've even played Dwarf Fortress. When I learn, I'm gonna give him some money. I'll donate to the Patreon, but I haven't learned yet. So
I've got a fucking open currently right now.
I know. Yeah, that's just the thing. Isn't that impressive, Jack? You're playing one of the hardest games known to man and doing a podcast at the same time. That is fucking remarkable. If you look at what Dwarf Fortress is, that it becomes exponentially more impressive that you can do a podcast at the same time. That's a compliment to you. That's a happy and positive compliment to you.
That is a happy and positive compliment. I'm like vaguely concerned. I don't understand this concept of complimenting me.
You don't, yeah. All you understand is people shitting on you, spitting on you. Okay, so there's this guy, right? I want to see if you know who I'm talking about, okay? So there's this guy in the city, and he's this homeless guy, and he sits out the front of, I think it's Kmart or something.
Is this the one with the Aboriginal fellow with the dreadlocks?
No. This is a guy that he has a sign, and it says family medicine.
Oh,
yeah. They need money for family medicine. It's a big fat guy.
I know that one.
Yeah, like, I can't. This guy's been there for, oh my God, for at least 5 years. Like, at least 5 fucking years. This homeless guy, every single day, on the grind for money, sitting there every day, and he's saying, "Oh, it says family money." So I was like, "There's got to be an article on this guy, right?" He's right in the center of the CBD in Sydney. Thousands of people must see him every single day, holding this sign that says family money. I can't find a single article. I can't find anything on this guy.
He's a fucking ghost.
He's a ghost. He's a phantom. He's a big fat phantom, and I can't find anything on it because I genuinely want to know his story, and I don't want to know the story he's fucking made up for people. I want to know what drugs, like what because if it's that good, man, give me the drug. I want to be on the streets with him. Up. He's been there for 5 fucking years, and he's willing to lie that he needs family money, medicine. Like, no, this is Australia, dude. Medicine doesn't cost that much. Not that much, at least. Like, insulin, that's expensive everywhere, right? If you're diabetic. But in Australia, it's pretty good. Like, it's not that bad. You can easily afford that, even on a minimum wage job. And it's like, this guy's been there for like 5 years, half a decade. So it's like, I just want to know his story. I want to know if it's true. He needs money for
what if it's
family
like
medicine.
some
I want to
like
know what medicine
crazy
it is.
extraneous circumstances where he has to go to like some far off land?
He has to get a fucking bone marrow medication. He has to go to Loompa Land and get fucking chocolate straight from the source. Because he's fat as fuck. If he needs to go anywhere.
Things I was expecting on this podcast. A fucking Willy Wonka reference.
Yeah, he's fucking gets to Loompa Land. He gets to fucking Loompa Land. He's Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's Willy Wonka. And he's fucking ADHD medication.
No, it's fucking Charlie, the later years.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah,
have you seen Snowpiercer?
Yes, I have.
Are you
talking about the movie? Good. I was gonna say.
Oh no! Oh, there's a TV series on it. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
what more needed?
It's some fucking American remake. It's fucking.
What is the TV series going to cover that the movie didn't?
Yeah, I know.
The movie was perfect. Why make a TV series? It tells you everything you need to know.
It's like they fucking did Old Boy as well. Like it's like boy needed.
That is so bad. That movie is so bad compared to the original.
Yeah,
it's a stinking pile of shit. It did not need to be anglicized at all. The Korean version is perfect. Anyone can watch it and enjoy it.
Frankly, America keeps doing this, and as far as I know, there's only one time where it actually succeeded.
What's that?
The Office.
Oh yeah.
The Office is the only one that's more popular than its original thing. They tried to do Kath and Kim, and they just didn't get it.
Yeah, they tried to do the In-Betweeners as well. Oh my lord, that is shit. It's the exact same thing. Like the American In-Betweeners is exactly the same as the British one, except with shitty, crude American humor.
Yeah, and it's like imagine if they redid the Cornetto trilogy, the Sean Penn ones, with so it's Simon Pegg ones with fucking as an American thing. It just wouldn't work anymore. Fucking, they need subtitles for our accent in America.
The Australian accent, really?
Yeah, fucking Australian TV shows have subtitles in America.
Actually, that's like a sort of thing. I'm like, if you get someone from like Sheffield in England, like you see like subtitles. And the thing is, apparently, the Sheffield accent is very hard to understand. I have absolutely no problem understanding it at all.
That's legitimately a thing about Australians. I think we have the universal accent.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a I've listened to the most hardcore Scotsmen and I can still understand what the fuck they're saying.
Exactly. If you can't understand us in our western suburbs, fucking
I don't have
from Victoria. Okay, but it's pretty similar. And if you can't understand our accent, you're retarded.
You're actually a moron.
You're a moron, yeah. And you don't speak English. If you're from if English is your second language,
yeah, okay, that's
you can't understand anything other than Hunter S. Thompson's sort of very enunciated American accent, then I understand that, right?
But I don't understand how you would struggle to understand us, but you could understand why, hey there, little missy.
Hi there. I'll go on my ranch and shoot my gun.
Right on, cowboy.
Right on the Texas sky. The Australian accent is actually quite similar to the Texan accent.
Yeah.
I think about it.
We're faster than them, though. We talk quite fast.
The Texans are very slow. Because we got wide plains, we ain't got to be anywhere in a hurry.
whereas as any Australian will tell you, we got to talk fast because we don't want the flies to get in.
That's true. Well, we're not all Ben Shapiro, okay? It's not that fast. I've seen some fucking Australian kids that talk slow as
We're not a fucking rat-faced gnome.
We're not Ben Shapiro, okay? My thoughts are coming at 1 million miles an hour, right?
Fuck, he's on Adderall. I swear.
Yeah, when you can't talk, it's actually like someone he's going to the YouTube function and going times 1.5.
Yeah, it's like
1.25.
He sounds like he's on an Adderall field frenzy.
Yeah, it does. Like, I actually wouldn't be surprised at all, because it's not. I don't know if he's. I think. Well, actually, I think the reason he speaks so quickly is because he probably knows he knows a lot about the targets he goes into.
Mm.
So he probably has pre-formulated opinions about everything. And most
Well,
of the time, he's not like debating with anyone.
I'm pretty sure he's a pretty devout Jew. So like he's a lot of his political opinions are built around that.
You know what's funny? I actually had Ben Shapiro in my notes as a topic.
What?
I know, yeah, and we just went into it completely organically.
That's fucked.
That's pretty funny. We went into it completely organically, like. Yeah.
But let's be honest here. Ben Shapiro is like the fucking Jewish equivalent of an evangelical Christian.
Yeah, he's very like he's a Bible bashing Jew. What would you even call that? He's a tome bashing Jew. He's a Torah bashing Jew.
He's a Talmud thwacking Jew.
And Jack's allowed to say like he's 40% Jewish. So you're practically half Jewish, half chosen,
yeah,
half damned.
I'm one of the fucking Michelin men.
Yeah, you're half chosen, half damned.
God, that's Michelin, not Michelin. I very much do not look like the Michelin man.
Michelin man.
You look like the fucking Michelin man, Ben.
Oh, that's cruel. That's cruel and evil. This is happy and positive podcast, man.
He looks pretty. The Michelin man looks pretty happy and positive. Like
he does. He looks pretty. He does have a smile when he destroys buildings. I'm not that fat. Now you put it in the mind of the listeners. I'm obese. I'm just not.
I planted that seed in their mind.
You planted the gene seed.
I planted that anxiety in yours that people now think that you're
like.
Okay.
If I was fucking fat, I'd be sitting down right. I'd be sitting down right now. I'd be standing the entire podcast. That's a Chad thing to do. That's a Chad tossing a football in the air and catching it repeatedly thing to do.
Are you on an Adderall fueled fucking bender?
No.
You're on fucking fentanyl or something?
It's called Scotch whiskey, mate. It's called Scotch whiskey. Okay, speaking of Scotch whiskey, I need to go to the bathroom. So this would be a perfect area for the break. And you're fucking editing this. I don't have time to do it.
Fucking drop that in my lap right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm dropping that. I'm thinking a big fucking stinky dump in your lap. And telling you're gonna edit this, man.
Do I have to fucking bleep this podcast? Because this is it's gonna be mostly bleep and very little podcast.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think we've used the S word or the F word. Have we even used the S word or F word? I don't think we've even sworn.
I just fucking said that.
You have. You're gonna be censoring yourself. I haven't.
Yeah, mine's just going to be like beep, 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 and beep.
Yeah, you know why? Because using swear words is evocative of lower intelligence. Because you can't. So yeah, take that. Sit on that one while I take a big stinky
Take a
piss.
big fucking shit.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, fucking. Okay, fucking super chat. I don't fucking know what we're supposed to do fucking now. Fucking stream of consciousness, the fucking podcast, man. Like, we need people to interview on this thing, because, like, fuck. You back?
Yeah. As I was running, don't include this in the fucking pod, because then I want people to know I'm a fucking little nerd, lives with my parents. We both are. So, like, as I was walking past my parents, I said, my mom said, "You're walking like a ballerina." And I said, "Yeah, I'm a cute little Twinkerbell."
That's staying in the podcast. You've said it now.
I didn't even speak. I did say Tinkerbell, but I intentionally said Twinkerbell.
I don't know. Like, I don't know about the editing of this, mate. Like, fucking, I made a fucking Auschwitz joke. Like,
well, okay, there's going to be an audio version and a visual version, and I'm just going to send you the audio version. So I'm not going to send you the visual one. I probably couldn't even send it to you. It's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
That being said, I've got a lot of fucking energy.
Yeah, you are out of control. fucking how we gotta fucking try and figure out how long this is even meant to go for.
I don't really care. Honestly, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but our fucking listeners will probably care, mate.
Yeah, fucking them. They're just little piglets sucking on my teeth.
Yeah,
Anyway.
sucking on our juicy man teat.
Exactly, just sucking on them, like just trying to get that sweet milk.
That's the fucking name of our fucking audience, the piglets.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, you know why you're the piglets? Because you're just sucking on our
You're
teeth.
sucking on our delicious man udder.
Fuck yeah, just like that movie. What's it called? It's Open Barn or something.
Oh yes,
Barnyard. With a male cow.
The fucking bull has a fucking udder. Yeah.
Yeah, the bulls have udders. I remember as a kid, I watched that movie so many times.
Oh, really?
In a row, yeah, I did. Because like when you're a kid, it's like whatever you got on DVD, you just fucking watch it.
My school, right, fucking had like this thing where they wouldn't let us watch anything that was over G rated because if they did, because it's Christian school, they had to fucking send back a permission slip.
Oh yeah, my school did that. Yeah.
So
we had to get like a permission slip for like Tuesdays with Maury or something. Do you know that movie?
We had to get it for fucking Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. Wow, what the fuck? You watching Stand By Me? Isn't there like a dead body or something in that?
Yeah, they just found a dead kid by the river.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And one of them gets like fucking
How
burnt
old
by
were
his
you?
dad. I was like 15.
Okay, all right, because I'm thinking like you're like 7.
No,
it's like a dead kid.
No,
just
no,
like
I
you.
know. I did fucking watch Pan's Labyrinth at 12 with my mother.
Yeah, I can't believe your
watched
parents
a guy
did that to you.
fucking pistol whipped.
I know, Jack. Your parents were like, your parents are such intellectual. So I don't even know how you describe them, like intellectual upper class. That they were just like, oh yes, well, I saw us on Pan's Labyrinth. Like that was your kids' movie.
No, my actual kids' movie was Faces in the Mob and The Borrowers.
What the fuck is that?
Faces
What
in the
is
Mob.
that? Is that? I bet it's like some French film from the 20s.
What? Faces in the Mob?
Yeah, probably.
No.
Because you know, your parents are just like 1,000 fists.
No, it was one of those
Escape from Stalag with 19.
It was one of those like old school documentaries where they used to give the different animals names.
Oh, okay.
It's a fucking mob of kangaroos, isn't it? I used to watch a fucking documentary about kangaroos non-fucking stop.
Oh, that explains a lot about you, Jack.
My parents actually wanted me to stop.
Your parents, man, like, God. Lessons in how not to raise a kid.
That is right. My parents were a bit weird. Like
a bit fucking weird.
While everyone else was fucking watching fucking Ben 10 and fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, you're watching Pan's Labyrinth.
I'm watching no. I was watching the fucking cartoons from the 80s. I was watching like classic Astro Boy and fucking.
Oh no, I did that too. I watched them when I was a kid.
G1 Transformers and the fucking Thunderbirds.
My parents got me the Jetsons when I was a kid.
Oh no, I love the Jetsons.
The Jetsons awesome. Like that's just like that's not bad parenting. That's a kid show.
Do you know what I did?
Amazing. It's really good quality.
Here's the story from when I was really little. So do you remember the afternoon cartoons that used to start at like 3 on ABC?
Yeah.
Like before we switched over to digital TV.
Mm.
At the end of that, the last show on that block was a Canadian show called Roger Ramjet.
Mm.
And no joke, the plot of this show was like he was like a fighter jet pilot who used to fly around and defeat the bad guys by taking his mighty proton pills. Like
okay, so
he would stop in the middle of this thing in his fucking fighter jet and pop some pills. And
so he's like
superpowers.
He's like Popeye. He's like Popeye in the Falklands War.
Yeah. He's like Popeye, but he's the fucking Wehrmacht in the fucking in the
He's
fucking
like the BF
Blitzkrieg.
109, and he fucking strafes Soviet airfield while taking amphetamines, Prozenol, to fucking stay awake.
More or less, it was just. No joke. It had a jingle. It was like Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. With his mighty proton pills, he'll save us from damnation.
Carpet bombing the enemy.
I'm not even joking. This was a real thing. This was like, have you ever heard of
Agent Orange is our friend.
what is it? Wacky races.
And Agent Orange is our friend. Helps our enemies meet their end.
Do you know what Wacky Races is?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It would be like this would have been around the same era. So like early Scooby Doo, Wacky Races.
It sounds like your parents are just trying to indoctrinate you or something. to be the world's future soldier. I bet you have like I bet you have one of those like secret codes, like I say out loud, and it'll just activate you. Have you seen that sketch?
It's fucking proton pill.
Have you seen that sketch with fucking proton pill? If everyone ever says proton pill, if everyone says electron pill, the inverse of that, you just fucking turn into a super soldier. Have you seen that
fucking
Stephen Fry Hugh Laurie sketch where he's like Hugh Laurie goes into a model shop to buy a model plane for his son, and he's like, hi there, I'd like a model Spitfire, please. And he's like, we've been activated, Mr. Galliard, we've been activated.
I just fucking looked up Roger Ramjet, and no joke. Here is the thing.
You have not been listening.
His proton energy pills give him the power of 20 atom bombs. Like how 60 is it? 60 is it?
20 atom bombs.
It gives him the power of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds.
Whoa! So it's like taking names. It's like huffing hydrogen, like or leather polish. An extremely brief but potent high.
I was American, not Canadian, sorry. But also, these villains are fucking Noodles Romanoff, a fucking gangster.
A gangster with aristocratic alignings.
they've got Zaza Gabor.
It's like Stalin if Stalin turned to monarchy, not fucking communism. He's a monarchist gangster.
It's fucking a monarchist gangster. Yeah, he wants to refound the kingdom of the two Sicilies.
He fucking rolls up the Communist Manifesto and beats people with it.
You would do that, Ben. Like, let's admit it. You're actually a fucking communist.
I wonder how long this has been going for.
A fucking while. I tried to check earlier. I can't fucking see it.
I don't know how to check. I don't know how to check when we started.
Honestly,
I can do fucking...
We need a fucking timer.
Well, I don't know. Fuck it. You can just edit it. Just edit it down to the good points. It's not like you've got anything else to do. It's not like you have a job,
I know how to edit things.
It's not like you got a fucking job. You can fucking learn.
Oh, you prick.
No, it's a happy, positive podcast.
This is the Happy Positive Podcast. Welcome back to the Happy and Positive Podcast.
Where we do like a beep, like we... Welcome back to
the Happy and Positive Podcast. I'm your host, Jack, and today here with me is Ben Jones. How you doing, Ben?
All right. Do a Chris Chan side to begin it. You know, you can do a Chris Chan side in fucking Animal Crossing now.
What?
I don't have Animal Crossing. Natalie showed me the other day.
My sister has it. I'm fucking gonna check this.
Yeah, you can do a fucking sigh like Chris Chan. And she showed me it is a Chris Chan sigh. It's like just purely just.
Some fucking Japanese man is like pissing himself. He's like the only person in that office who can speak fucking English, and he's like
Chris Chan.
Yeah, he's like fucking pissing himself with laughter. He's like,
that is the sort of thing that Japanese would be obsessed with. Chris Chan. Like, it's like a group of them, of like 20 Japanese people. Have a this is super.
Yeah, I want to
super
know.
fan club.
Well, I seriously want to know. Is there, you know how we have the weeaboos, right?
Mm.
Is there like the Japanese equivalent? Like, is there some like fucking Japanese guy, like crusty fucking weeb, but a Japanese version who's like, oh, Stan Lee, fucking X-Men, oh,
Oh.
all American, 6'4", blonde, pale, muscle.
He's like I am Japanese. I am.
Yeah,
He's like he puts himself down.
he's like, America is my spiritual homeland.
I see that a lot actually.
You know,
Like more than I care to admit, I see people like from like India just being like, oh, I wish I was German.
which I was no joke.
All the time.
Fucking,
Don't put yourself down, bro.
I'm like, holy shit, I don't want to be like, yeah.
I see it like I've seen it a few times.
It's really, it
Right.
makes you really uncomfortable too. Cause
It makes me super uncomfortable. He's like, oh, I wish I was old, white, and blonde like you. And it's like, what?
yeah, and our entire culture is like, yeah, ethno supremacism. It's fucking bad, man.
I know. It's just weird. It's like we don't have that views.
Like we've well and truly got rid of those views, and like you get people who are like obsess over you, and it's fucking weird.
It's pretty weird, yeah. But it's not often. It's just because you just see like, okay, so if you're from like a culture, right, and they have some pretty like bad traits, like I'll say this openly, and I'll own it. I think India has a culture which it turns the blind eye to like pretty bad things that happen, like rape.
I think a lot of cultures do that.
A lot of cultures do, and they put like a.
Some are definitely worse than others, but yeah, I think pretty much every culture does that.
Some cultures they're not as open, and then people come here and they find it's all very open, and they're like, but they're still they're still from that culture, so they want to be like, they're just sad that their culture doesn't have the liberal values that we have.
They're looking back at it and going, especially when you especially find it when they like have been more educated in our sort of system where we talk about like liberal values and democracy and things like that, and they look back and they go, oh, our country's kind of fucked, eh? Or like their country pays lip service to the idea of being democratic without.
Yeah, my sister, my parents were like, my parents we're at the dinner table once, and my parents were talking about how they don't agree with how the Middle East treats women, and my sister is just all like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just say nothing. I'm just like, tell her they just gained the right to drive like a few years ago.
That wasn't even a few years ago. That was like last year, wasn't it?
Last year. Yeah, it's like last year. They gained the right to drive in Saudi Arabia. And women are still stoned them to death.
Women in Pakistan, women are not allowed to own productive property.
Yeah, it's like it's not great. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we want to look the other way and pretend that these countries aren't like throw the puff off the roof.
Exactly. You want to just be like, oh, it's just a way of living. Like, yeah, it's wrong. It's morally irreprehensible.
Yeah,
treat women in that way.
Yeah, it's like fucking Heinrich Himmler thought rounding up Jews and locking them in fucking Zyklon B gas chambers was just a way of living. But
yeah, I guess.
But that's
version.
What I'm saying is we don't think that's a right. Like pretty much everyone agrees that's fucking morally reprehensible. So fucking Taya burning some poor Sheila because she doesn't want to wear a hijab.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just as
when it's optional in Islam, it's optional. You don't have to wear the hijab.
Yeah,
it's an optional thing of their faith. And some Middle Eastern countries are so extreme. You can die for not wearing one. It's like what? Yeah. It's pretty nuts. I don't even think
name one
Islamic faith is the problem.
Name one Christian country that's like that.
Yeah, there's none.
There's none.
Let me think. Actually, there possibly
what
could
Christian
be.
country fucking stoned someone to death for being a puff?
Well, Syria did when they were Christian. When they were like a Catholic sort of thing.
When was that?
80s. They
So
wanted they
not that
roamed
long.
around killing
Okay,
people.
okay.
I
So
don't know.
not.
If you're gonna talk about that, it's like this is obviously not
Also,
gonna be in the pod.
problem in
It's too
fucking
political.
probably in somewhere in Eastern Europe too. I can imagine some small town in Eastern Europe fucking doing some pretty awful shit in the name of
This is
Christian.
not gonna be in the pod.
It's in the pod. It's been
No
said
way.
pod.
We're gonna alienate so many people. But even then, I don't feel like any of our opinions are extreme.
No, they're not really.
We just have some disagreements with the Middle Eastern governments and their policy attitudes
Fucking
towards women.
literal dictatorships that have fucking
We
slavery.
didn't say it was the problem with Islam. It's not. It's the problem of governments and policy.
Well, doesn't Oman and like fucking
Oman.
Qatar and whatnot use fucking
Qatar.
slaves still?
Oh yeah, they do actually. Qatar does, and that is actually how it's pronounced, Qatar.
Qatar.
Yeah, it's pronounced like Qatar. You cut on my lawn. That's how it's pronounced.
That
Yeah, they
sounds
did.
like
They Qatar had a problem where
your Qatar get on my lawn. I'll get my.
They use Polish and Indian people.
Holy
They
shit.
import them to work there, and they don't pay them the Qatar minimum wage. Like they're exempt from it. Yeah, it's pretty reprehensible, poor behavior. But then again, just because these people.
I'm pretty sure that's even
I don't
fucking
know.
illegal under the rules of Islam.
Yeah, it is. Well, Islam has what isn't it like there's 12 pillars? Islam views charity very highly. I know
Yeah.
that.
And like, I'm pretty sure Islam
would definitely find it morally reprehensible
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it
to
actually
do such a
says.
thing.
Pretty sure slavery is forbidden by the Quran.
And it's not in the Christian faith.
No, the Bible lets you have slaves.
Not the Bible lets you have slaves.
It lets you
provided
have
that you treat them well. And I did an essay on this.
It lets you have slave wives. It lets you you can have a wife and slaves, and that's like legitimate.
It's not. I don't think it's in this version of the Bible because of the Second Vatican Council, whatever. Because the Bible has been like
edited to fucking buggery and back.
It's been edited. There's a word for it, Latin word called pseudepigraphia, which is essentially just like Chinese whispers. It's been changed so many times. And this is not a strong opinion I have, by the way. Like, the Bible does arguably.
When I was in school, I had someone try and argue with me that that hadn't happened, and I'm like, that happens even if you try, And
oh my god, we're sounding pretty fucking awful right now. We're just like, oh, we're talking about the Bible and shit. Why is it political? I don't want to be political. I just want to be happy and positive.
You can lick my happy and positive.
So that's why you always see in 12 Years a Slave, you see people fucking reading the Bible, they're slaves. You're gonna have to cut all this out.
Fucking 12 Years a Slave, man.
I don't want it to be in the pod. It's gonna alienate people. Fucking episode 1 fucking alienates everyone.
That's a good fucking movie. Yeah, we
episode 1 alienate everyone.
We literally offended everyone, including milk toast fence sitters, which is the fascists are gone, the radical commies are gone, the fucking centrists.
I would like to hear one. You know what? If you disagree with us, comment. I like the way our like Middle Eastern countries treat women.
And we'll block you.
Yeah, exactly. Just treat.
Like, just please.
I like the way Saudi Arabia treats women. I think it's fair. That's no one would agree with that. No one in the West would agree with that anyway.
Yeah, no one would. I don't know. Sometimes the absurdity of this stuff just like, you know what really annoys me? This is the bit that really annoys me. It's the fact that, do you know who says that? You don't hear any fucking Pakistani women say that. You don't hear any fucking any of these like other people say that. They're like, yeah, that's like, they acknowledge that this is a thing that happens. They'll go, yes, it happens in the more backwards parts of the country, but it does happen.
Yeah.
You know who says it doesn't happen?
Yeah.
Rich white people living in Western democracies.
Yeah, that's weird. Like people in America, right? Like I like it how we do have our own sort of racial context in Australia with our unfair treatment of Aboriginals, certainly. But I like it how in America it's like people are just being like, if there's anyone that's like, there's no racial inequality. That's nuts. There certainly is. I don't think there's. I think there's some. Just on some level.
I think the problem with it is a lot. The racism is there. I don't think there is actually half as much racism, and that most of it is class problems. It's classism.
It certainly is. It certainly. I do certainly believe in generational poverty, because when you look at when the slaves were released, they weren't given a stipends, they weren't given land, they weren't given anything, nothing, and that you can sort of see that generational poverty sort of seep up through generations, because when you're poor, you don't have anything, and it's a shame that that still exists in America today, but yeah, that's why we have this whole movement now, this Black Lives Matter thing. I personally don't think the rioting and the looting is going about the right way. I think
that's not really
people that are rioting.
To be fair, that's kind of finished now. The rioting, the looting, but the Chaz,
no Chaz,
the Chaz is like ludicrous. It's actually ludicrous.
Anyone that does that is occupying Chaz right now, I actually find.
Well, they closed it down. They closed it down today.
Oh, good. Because
they came to the mayor's house. The mayor, who didn't do anything the entire time, didn't do anything until they. She did nothing. She supported it. She's a fucking failure of a mayor.
Yeah, she's awful. Anyway, as I was saying, if you view rioting and looting, and you support that, you essentially are saying fucking Martin Luther King. You're saying you know more than him.
Yeah.
And you do not know more than Dr. Martin Luther King when it comes about racial.
You're fucking over Martin Luther King. You're fucking over Nelson Mandela. You're fucking over
everyone.
Mahatma Gandhi. You're fucking over
exactly anyone that is about racial inequality.
If you want to talk in an Australian context, you're fucking over Eddie Mabo. Albert Namatjira.
Yeah, peaceful protest is obviously the way forward.
Yeah, and do you know what these people who were peaceful all have in common? They were successful.
They were successful, exactly. Gandhi came Indian independence.
Albert Namatjira got the Wave Hill handed back to the thing. Eddie Mabo got the Murray Islanders native title.
Yeah,
got the Native Title Act passed.
Luther King, so much changed because of Luther King. It was nuts. Luther King did probably more than absolutely anyone has ever done.
Nelson Mandela got rid of
South African independence. He ended apartheid. Well, yeah, independence from the fucking.
It's still. I'm pretty sure it's still.
Patriarchy.
Still a Commonwealth country.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it is. I know Zimbabwe.
Well, I don't think. I'm pretty sure
Fiji was kicked out. Well, the Commonwealth. Yeah, the Commonwealth is. Well, look at Australia. We never really had to say. Well, I mean, we didn't have any legal segregation.
No.
Functionally.
Not necessarily.
Functionally, we did. Legally, there was never any sort of legal differentiation, aside from the vote between Aboriginals and white people in Australia.
We should get off this topic.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an awful topic to be on.
It is an awful topic to be on.
It's not happy. It's not positive.
It's not happy or positive.
That's the name. That's the name of the pod, is the Happy
I love that.
Podcast.
I love that name.
To keep us on it, to keep us on track.
Yeah, because I hate to break it to our listeners, but Ben and I are actually awful people.
Nihilists.
We are the most cynical people in the world.
Cynical, nihilistic human beings I think you'll ever meet.
I'm not nihilistic, but I'm definitely cynical.
I'm certainly nihilistic. I have to be quiet now. I think now is probably a good time to end the pod.
Yeah, probably.
Unless you want to keep going.
No, I think that's the go.
We can still fucking hang out. But
we've actually successfully angered everyone, so I think that works.
You're gonna have to edit a majority of shit out. Just cut it out like an hour.
Yeah, the actual podcast is.
You know where I went to take my break?
It's 10 minutes long. I cut the words up.
Oh yeah, so it's there's no pauses. You cut all the pauses out.
No, I cut it up. I create an entirely new podcast from just the individual